everybody? It's 514 Online Mix Radio, and I'm your host, Chrisella. We are with Bamboo Twiggz. We seen Bamboo Twiggz and NDG. You already know. Look at the chain, man. He flossing today. He looking good. Yo, when it comes to his music, though, he spits that real shit. He talks about the grind. He talks about his life, and you don't hold back, man. Why? Like, first of all, how are you, man? How are you?
I'm really good, you know. It's a beautiful day out on the block, you know, just chilling. Excuse me. I'm happy 514 Online Radio came through, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm just feeling real good, you know. Got a lot of shit on the way, a lot of projects and whatnot, you know. So, yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We came through an NDG. We seen Bamboo Twiggz. He's going out of town soon, so we had to make sure we stopped everything, dropped everything, and came out and checked. What does DG mean to you? I know you put it in your music as well. Talk about it. Talk about DG to you.
Well, I mean, I'm not originally from DG, but I got a lot of love for it because I went to high school out here.
Nice.
Went to Marymount. I know enough people from out here, and to me, it's like one of the pioneer hoods for the whole Montreal English hip-hop scene, you know what I mean? Like, I've been listening to music from this area since I was a minor, you know, since I was like 11, 12 years old, you know? Like, whether it be like the Lab Noise and all that stuff, or the real big records, so for sure this hood means a lot to me in that sense, you know? Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Bamboo Twiggz, you know, you go hard in your song. You go hard in a lot of your songs. Can you tell us about what recent projects you just released and some upcoming projects you have coming out? I see you working with, I think, Showbiz right now. I see you doing some things. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, my last album I released was at the end of 2020 in December. It was called The Essence, and basically that's like my raw hip hop album. So it's like no auto tune, you know, just bars, storytelling. Like, that's why I call it The Essence, because we're going back to the essence of hip-hop, you know? I have a lot of songs that I released recently with Shvelly and a few with Showbiz as well, you know? Like, what was the songs? Ambitious, Money Pacquiao, which was produced by Money Pacquiao. He's a Montreal producer. My track with Showbiz was, what's it called? With the Shits. And now his album just came out a few days ago, and on his album we have a song called Hit the Block, me and Showbiz. And I've just been releasing a bunch of like singles and whatnot, and a video is about to release in the next few months. We shot a video yesterday, right here where you see, you know.
Yo, you gotta check out the rooftop.
Yeah, I was up on the roof, you know. Just on the block, natural, you know. And yeah, like the video is the main thing that you guys have to look forward to right now, you know. And I have other things on the way, but I'm not going to announce it until they're more concrete.
That's fair, but you already know 514 Online Mix will be looking out for that. His music is playing on the radio. It's playing on 514onlinemix.com, and it's also going to be seen on 102.3 FM. It's actually been playing on 102.3 FM. One of my favorite tracks from you, Bamboo Twiggz, is actually Green Eggs and Ham. That goes hard. That's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What made you make that track?
Actually, I'll tell you. Because since a youngin', you know, I've been actually a fan of Dr. Seuss, you know. Came up on his work, you know, like Grinch, what is it, Green Eggs and Ham, whatever the ones maybe, Cat in the Hat, all of them, you know. But basically, like, what the main thing that inspired me to do Green Eggs and Ham was because when I was a youngin', at my elementary school at Face, shout out to Face, we did a play of Green Eggs and Ham, you know. So yeah, like, so that's always been like a part of my life, you know what I mean? Like, because of that play, you know, I was like more connected to the, I guess you would call it like a nursery rhyme or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So I just decided one day I was seeing all like rappers, they like to do a spin-off on like whatever, like different things, like whether it's child books or like movies or actor's name or famous things, you know. So I was just thinking of like a creative one, you know, that's like not everybody does, you know, like, so Green Eggs and Ham, I was like, nobody made a song about green eggs and ham, you know, and then I just figured out a way to like incorporate it into whatever my reality, you know, and yeah, just ran with it. Shout out to Harmonic Hits on the beat, you know, he's a sick producer from Toronto, and put it with the auto-tune vibe, you know, that was on my album Smooth
It's a
Criminal.
banger.
Yeah, it's a catchy song, you know. No matter what you want to say about it, you know, like no matter what you want to say, it's catchy, you know. It's mad catchy, you know.
I love that. I love that. Bamboo Twiggz, you know, you're doing your own thing. You talk about your life. You talk about the block. You talk about the hustle. You talk about the struggle. You know, you talk about pulling a muscle. You do all of it. You do all of it, and you're on the grind. And you know what? First of all, we gotta zoom into that chain again. That looks real dope. That looks real dope. I love when artists look good for the part. You know what I'm saying? And once again, we in DG. So tell us about your life. Tell us about where it all began for the music career. Why did you start rapping? Why did you start doing music? Why did you start basically telling your life story in your songs?
Okay. Well, basically that's a long story, but I'll get into a little bit of it. You know, like my family has always been musically inclined. You know, like my father plays like Latin percussions, and he's been like in like many like Latino like because he's from Venezuela, so he's been in like them type of bands and stuff like that. He performed at the jazz festival with a bunch of famous people. I can't remember all their names there, but my aunt from Venezuela was like a famous singer over there. My mother helped. She was basically worked in food and beverage management, and she was like running one of like the most prominent like bars slash clubs in Montreal, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was called the Jello Bar, and she'd be like booking different artists and bands and stuff to perform there live, you know. So she was always in the loop, you know. He was always in the loop. They would always be playing a lot of music in front of me. Just music, you know, was like a big part of my, you know, upbringing and whatnot, you know. I moved around quite a bit, you know. Originally I lived in the Mile End, you know, which is like St. Viator, you know. And, I used to go to the YMCA on St. Viator and Park Avenue, and there I really got introduced to hip hop. You know, I would see like they would play like BET or 106 in Park, and I would just like watch the music videos, and I would see like there'd be like break dancers and like, girls doing hip hop dancing and all kinds of stuff. You know, a lot of people from Park X would come. You know, so I would see like just the different nationalities and like just I would see more. You know, because that area, Mile End, wasn't like super like diverse. You know, but it was still a cool area. And then I ended up moving to the Point, and then in the Point, yeah, it was just a different vibe, you know. Like there's like it's real like hip hop, you know, like in the sense that it's just like the ghetto vibe, you know. And then basically, my friend Stephen Fields, you know, R.I.P., you know, Chemo, he basically was always like freestyling and whatnot, you know. And I think at one point I was shy, you know. I didn't want to freestyle, you know. And then like they would just like diss the shit out of me, you know. They would just like they would just like make fun of me in their raps, you know. And it got to the point where it was just like, okay, yo, I'm sick of it, you know what I mean? So I gotta say something back, you know. I gotta say something witty back, you know. And basically I just got pressured into to rapping. I mean, I was always a fan of rapping and stuff. I would like write raps and like to myself and stuff, but like as far as like the first time like doing it in front of somebody else, yeah, that's what happened, you know. Like basically too much pressure, you know. Like had to rap, you know. And he brought me to the studio the first time when I was like 16 in the original Makeway studio, which was in Bud's mom's basement or whatever in Nuns Island. And we started recording whatever, but I didn't take it too seriously at the time because I had a lot of stuff going on. Like I was growing up still, you know, I wasn't serious. And then basically in 2016, I ended up getting back to it, you know. I ended up going to the studio in Hochelaga, actually. This guy called Mercury, I don't know if you ever heard of him. And then I ended up back at Makeway when they were in Verdun. And from there, I just started taking the shit seriously, you know. I was doing like shows, like CY was organizing shows. I was going to his shows, you know, performing.
Shout out to CY.
Shout out to CY, you know. I was doing music videos, whatnot with MTL Mello. You know, I was just like on the come up really, you know. And then like whatever, the more I got into it, the more I was like, okay, I'm gonna upgrade this, upgrade that, you know, like get a better sound, you know, like do better videos and whatnot, you know. So I started dealing with other cameramen, and just slowly but surely, it was just like an evolution.
Watching Bamboo Twiggz' grind, he really puts in a lot of work in his songs. He puts in a lot of effort. This is only a short introduction of what we're going to be doing soon. Bamboo Twiggz, when you come back to Montreal, we want you to come back to the crib, and we're gonna have a radio interview. This man, I want to hear you speak. I want to hear just hear more of your story. You put a lot in your songs, like I said before. So let's do it, man. Bamboo Twiggz, we in NDG. We're going to be doing more of these. We're going to be popping up on these artists in their day. We're going to be like, you know what's good? And we're going to do a little interview with these Montreal artists. Show some support to these Montreal artists. They be putting a lot of work. They be grinding. And we want to see them win. We want to make them feel good. So Bamboo Twiggz is with us. Thank you once again for being here, man. Much love to you.
Thank you so much for pulling up, and it was a pleasure, you know.
Any shout-outs, bro? Any shout-outs?
Yo, shout out to everybody doing their thing, you know, all the man them, you know, shout out to Shvelly, shout out Showbiz, shout out Kilo Keys, and you know, everybody else who fucks with me, you know, shout you all too, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Shout out to 514 Online Radio, you know what I mean? For real.
Well, much love to you, man.
Yeah, done now.
Litty bros, we litty yo. 514 online mix.